I think if we had a soup whose power was therapy, it would be a better place. And they can just telepathically heal these people.
Welcome everyone to Superhero Club presents The Boys After Show, your one-stop shop on Prime Video YouTube for all things season 3 of The Boys. I am your co-host, clearly floating in and out. Y'all see how my shirt just did me dirty. Clearly floating in and out. I'm your host, KB, and I am joined by comic book connoisseur and, my right-hand woman, Stephanie Williams. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, wow. So what a day. Because we got not one, not two, but 3 episodes for the season premiere of The Boys, and wow is what I have to say, because that feels like a lot, but it was something that we all wanted, so that's why we're here. And today we are joined by Mel Mitchell. She is a 27-year-old Miami native who has lived in Atlanta since Crank That Soldier Boy. I almost did the dance, but I'm happy that I did not. Her career began in comedy after a series of unfortunate events that gave her the courage to let that humor shine through. And girl, the way that I understand that. Mel has been making splashes on the internet since 2009 on Twitter and on YouTube, but everything changed on TikTok and Instagram back in 2022. Or wow, not back in 2022. We're still in it. It's been a long year, y'all.
It has been a long year already.
But you may be familiar with some of my favorite videos of hers, which involves the other comic folks, some Captain America, some T'Challa, all of them, the Infinity War. Those are some of my favorites. Also, the Black Hogwarts teacher and
right.
Game of Thrones. So we're very happy to have Mel here today, because talking about something like The Boys, we need as much help as we can get.
Listen,
thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. The Boys is one of my favorite shows. I love all things nerd. And this show, I literally found this show organically. I was like, oh, a new superhero show. And then I watched it, and then that infamous scene on the sidewalk, and I have been hooked ever since. So this is my show.
Yes. But we need to get into it, because honestly, we're going to talk about it. We're going to really, truly talk about Hughie, because poor baby.
But you know what? He has a 401k now, because the man is making smoothies in the morning. That's how you know life is good, when you
He's wearing suits now. He wearing real clothes. I'm very proud of him. He's come a very long way.
I went to Men's Warehouse. I said, I love to see it.
He has had on real clothes in every single scene, and I'm very proud of him.
You know what? Let's just dive in. How are y'all feeling overall? How is everyone feeling about the first 3 episodes? Mel, did it live up to your expectations? Because you say you found this show on a whim. So, are you happy to be back?
I'm a day one. I found it in 2019. I was living in New York, and it has kept up. The gore, the humor, I think Homelander is getting even more psycho, which I did not think was possible. Mm-hmm. He's even more crazy than he was in season 1 and 2.
I put him on my sick and shut in list. I said I was gonna get in the war closet and send up a couple prayers for him, because that baby is hurting, and he is hurting other people as well, and continue to do so.
It's the fact that he was made in a test tube. He does not have a praying grandmother. And I think that's what his real issue is.
And, I applaud y'all, trying to pray for Homelander. I've given up on him, quite frankly.
We're past prayer. We are way past prayer.
There is no hope for me. I really feel like these first 3 episodes, really to quote my guy, Mother's Milk, who really has the most sanity of all the characters on the show. Yeah. This is truly peak the bold and the bad. Already, we see, like you said, Mel, Homelander is consistent. Give me terror, give me, ruthlessness, give me unhinged behavior at every turn. Yeah. So, let's keep that going.
All I know is that I won't be going to any parties in the Boys universe, because you just don't know what you're going to get.
I won't be doing anything in the Boys universe. You can't even punch in peace over there. You might.
You can't even really go to the bathroom in peace. I feel like you can't do nothing.
No.
Truly.
You can't. And just real quick, I just want to shout out the practical effects department so far in these 3 episodes, because whatever budget they gave them, they used it to the fullest extent in these first 3 episodes, because
the blood department, the guts,
everything, just everywhere. And it looks great because it is practical effects for the most part and not so much CGI. So shout out to y'all because wow.
I can just see them over like a cauldron, just making gallons upon gallons of fake blood and brains to just splatter everywhere. It's the splatters for me. It's always a nice, like the
nice
blood.
little chunky. Mm-hmm.
Now Steph said they used all their budget just for these first 3 episodes. Like, y'all, where y'all going? Because I just don't know. You clearly at the top of your budget with just 3 episodes.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe they got Victoria Newman on the phone to up their budget because they need it.
Hello, or there are the collective money. Give me some cult money. You know.
I mean, isn't that what Vought is?
Vought is. I think everything is corrupt. Like just watching that, I just think about like I know it's kind of like a jab at all the big, corporations or whatever. I'm like, but we're not this bad now. Come on now. Is Earth this bad? Does one person own everything like this? Are we puppets this bad?
Mel, we might be. And in fact, just in case we are, maybe we can, I don't know, get on somebody's good side by mentioning our favorite moments from all 3 episodes. It's just so much. So, Mel, I will let you go first. Because baby, there's a lot to choose from.
I appreciate the Black queens that were shown in these episodes. Mother's Milk's ex-wife, nice strong name, Monique, good strong Black name, and the Tyler Perry man's wife.
Please leave.
Not the Tyler
woman.
Because now you derailed this, and I am thinking of Tyler Perry presents Diary of a Mad Black superhero. Yes.
Should we let him do a cameo? Should he be on here as Medea?
That's one thing that truth? Tyler didn't tap into is superheroes. I would love to see Medea.
You just wait.
But no. But it was just good. I do like to see Hughie on his come up. Although brief, I think that was good just to see, because I was trying to like re-binge and I watched how far he's come. That was a good, thing to see. Like, look at him with a job. Calvin got a job. He's doing something he feels important. He, kind of feels like a sellout, but it's just like, you know what? But you're doing important work and you feel fulfilled. So that was really good. Poe Hughie, he gets the worst of it.
I guess for me, I'll run down my 3 from the episodes. I want to talk about Ashley and Adam hunching in the bathroom. I did not see that coming. Didn't see that. And pun intended as well. I didn't see that coming at all. Yes. The second episode, that poor underpaid Voughtland worker who ended up getting exploded terribly while dressed as Homelander. Like they got the rest of the day off.
And the rest of the life off.
Not they got the rest of the day off though. Like,
imagine it's your birthday, you are 7 years old, and you go to Voughtland excited to go meet Homelander, and now you got Homelander brains on your cheek.
All on you.
KB, what scene stood out to you?
Let me tell you, that weird sex scene with the Deep. He don't ever get. There's never a moment where I'm like, he's all right. It's never that. Like, he's so weird. He cannot be redeemed. I'm tired of this redemption tour that we're doing. I don't know. I know that like The Boys is extreme, but I'm gonna pretend like the Deep is the worst of the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe the Deep is the
KB. That's given you.
Not when Homelander exists.
I mean, the two of them combined, but.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the pop claw. Maybe some people have fetishes. Like, we've seen some very weird sex scenes in this show. Because
kink is, well, one, I get, no kink shaming, but kink in that universe is just next level. And I got a feeling this season that we'll probably get a little bit more of that. So I don't know, something on my spirit is telling me because because they set the tone with Ashley and Adam hunching again in the bathroom. That was
In
when
the
I knew
public, like,
that.
it's not even just like the handicap stall or like one of them
No,
unisex
it's a regular stall.
family
It's just a
bathrooms.
regular
You are in
stall
the-
in here. You think Homelander's worse than Stormfront?
No, no, no. Because you know, at least Homelander isn't you know, trying to make little Aryan babies all over the place. That was Stormfront.
Now
you
that,
know,
and I'll
he
give
might
you that.
draw a line. You know, at least Homelander's racism is diet light. It's a light racism.
It's just the usual white supremacy, you know, just a
Right, you know, it's just
Just
it's
a dash.
regular
Just a
variety.
dash.
As a treat.
Right.
yeah.
As a yes, as a, you know, eat that with your froyo.
You know, it's kind of like the rim of your margarita. That's him.
Yes,
You know,
Little
yes.
racism on the,
little racism on the rim. You know, nothing
but that
too
Stormfront,
serious.
she was crazy. I don't like. I'll give him that. At least like when she would get to not seeing, he'd be like, "Slow down, hold on."
He'd be like, hold on.
Yeah.
I don't
Wait a
think I'm
minute.
actually into this.
No, we
You
gonna
can-
murder everybody, not just the blacks. Wait a minute.
Right.
Like,
Okay, because Homelander is equal opportunity.
He's like, everyone can get murdered. Let's just make
Right.
that big with.
You know, I'm gonna say something that's a little controversial, maybe too.
Okay.
But Homelander actually has emotions, though.
Not
I think that's the
Homefront.
difference between really. I mean, I just here they go. This say ship name. Homelander.
Please don't, because
This say ship
if
name.
I see that
Homefront.
hashtag,
Homefront.
We gon-
It's done. It's done. But Homelander at least has emotions. You know, I really felt
Yeah.
like Stormfront didn't have any, and that's why she's worse. Like Homelander really would be like, wait, now hold on. This
Yeah,
doesn't
things
feel
he
right.
cares
Like
about. Right.
yeah, you know, he's like, this actually doesn't feel right.
Mhm.
And really, the reality is that all of his behavior this season thus far is really rooted in the fact that he is upset that he doesn't know himself. And that's truly just it. He's like, I don't know who I am. I'm a test tube baby. He needs a really strong therapist, but we all know he's not going to see one. And so this is the terror that's it.
So, Mel, for you, for this season so far, in those
Mhm.
3 episodes, what is a character that you've got your, like, who do you have your eye on?
You know, what's the sweet baby that don't talk? What's her name again?
Kamiko.
Kamiko.
Yes.
She's just the sweetest thing.
She is.
I love her. I love her and Frenchie's dynamic. It's very sweet the way he like dotes on her and, you know, signs to her or whatever. I think that's very sweet. Even though she's like a little murder machine when she wants to be.
Not you said it with a smile.
I just think she's, you know, and at the root of it, she's a good person. She's just like a product of her circumstances for real. And, you know, just even when she was at Vought land seeing the kids and she was just like, oh.
Okay. Mother's Milk. One,
of
because
course.
Lonzo is fine.
Been
AF.
fine.
Okay.
Stay fine.
So
my
there's
whole life.
that whole entire life. But also, I think, so last season we got a little bit more of his backstory, but it seems like this season we are definitely getting Mother's Milk outside of Butcher and all of them. His home life, we got to, I really hated to see that they broke up. This black
That made me
family.
sad. That made me
Right?
sad.
That really broke my heart. And I don't like his wife's or ex-wife's new man. He also corny,
He's very
shady.
weird. He's very weird.
But Mother's Milk, because he's going through some stuff. And I hope he gets some answers this season, but you know, it ain't looking good.
Okay, listen. So, you know, before we get into Billy fully stepping into the role of being Butcher, the backup baby daddy, before we get there,
Please.
I'm actually keeping my eye out on Supersonic. Now I know y'all gonna be like, why? But
Yeah, please, tell
honestly,
us.
he didn't have enough emotion for me when Annie gave him the rundown and the tea on the 7. Like, he was just kind of like, okay, I need time to process. What you need time to process for, huh?
In that,
What?
I didn't like that. I do. He's
I'm
like
like-
new, so I'm like, okay, we can learn some more about him. But like, he was like, oh, I'm here to support you. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh,
no,
no, you
bro.
not.
No. I'm
You
like, the
can't
fame
really
will
offer
come
her
in.
no more protection that she already don't have.
Right.
Honestly,
And honestly, I think he will do anything for the fame. I'm sorry. The fact that he said, I've been wanting this since I was a child, and then all of a sudden you're just going to be okay with it? No. It's screaming, I still have things I need to do for clout. It's screaming, girl, I'm going to stab you in the back. It's screaming, Hughie about to let you come to this side, and then I'm just going to destroy you so I can become co-captain. I mean, it's giving all of those things for me. So I'm like,
he's giving Brad. So you know how you like be in a Zoom meeting or something like that, and someone's like, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you just said, and then they just remix what you just said, and it's like, you could have just emailed that. That is him. He's giving me that injury.
He still hasn't been like, okay, I think what jolted Starlight out of that brainwashing was her day one when she got mouth R-worded by the Deep, and she was like, oh, this is a bullshit. So he hasn't had his moment yet, so he doesn't understand, and he thinks she's just tripping or whatever. So like, and also he still like has the indoctrination. He was in the cult church, he was in the boy band, so he can't really fathom this not being what he's always thought it was, because his whole life has been committed to being in the 7. So he's like, look, I'm finally in the 7. You ain't gonna tell me not to be in the 7, bro. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. So,
and you know what, I agree with that. That's why he's dangerous.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's anything for the 7, and he hasn't had his experience and probably won't have that experience as her. He'll learn obviously that Homelander is in that case, but like, he not gonna see what Starlight sees, and Starlight got that lesson very early in her 7 career.
Listen, people love the show because everyone has a line. Like, they have some good in them. I mean, Mother's Milk has good in him too, but don't cross him. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That good versus evil. It's just people like, you know, Stormfront and Homelander that go over the edge where you like, all right, y'all, now y'all really getting out of control. Like, please. So please, like, relax. And even Butcher, I would say, he and Homelander not that different. You know, they like one.
I think, one of the driving themes of the show really is revenge. And I think that's what most of the boys are driven by, because Soup's killed. What's her name? Roberta. What's the girl name who got hit?
Not Roberta.
A-Train. What's her name?
I'm like, Roberta.
I think if we had a Soup whose power was therapy, it would be a better place. And they can just telepathically heal these people.
Now, you know, Charles Xavier tried that, and it didn't really work out.
It didn't go well. Because, you know, high-key, I was waiting just a little bit for Charles Xavier to pop up at that school. I said, Dr. X, you finna come in here and show off? Like, I mean, I said, well, is he gonna, I know we're gonna cross boundaries here in different comics, but I mean,
I'm sure they have like a spoof version in the boys.
Right.
They have a spoof for everybody.
So this is going into like Easter egg territory. So if any of you all watch the Vought News Network, news clips, I think there were 7 of them, so 707 with Cameron Coleman. There were some Easter eggs that pop up in these 3 episodes. One of them is the Red River Institute, which, why would you name the school that? Like, what?
Well, for some that might be Serene. For some, for me, it sounds like a river of blood, but
it does, and it pops up, and that, I think it's mentioned in it was a Diabolical episode that I'm blanking on, but they show it there. But like, so Hughie shows up. He is a terrible liar, because he was like, oh yeah, me and Starlight are looking to adopt or whatever, and it's like, okay, sure. But it was a bunch of kids with superpowers, and regular kids are scary, so you can only imagine children with superpowers.
That you said regular kids are scary.
I mean, you know, because my son sometimes would just be like, wow, I'm not really sure.
Did anybody else, when Hughie walked in there and roasted his sperm, I said, sir, not you roasting yourself worse than anybody else could, just so you could lie? Relax. Like, you ain't gotta go there. Like,
it was aggressive.
It was. I said, Hughie. Like,
that was fast baby in the classroom.
I get it.
Nightmares.
Okay, the one that kept teleporting.
Oh, you know what Easter egg I want to talk about? I'm excited to learn more about Soldier Boy. They keep sprinkling little stuff in there, and I know he's gonna play a big part in this season, because like I saw him on, like, was it Vanity Fair, one of them magazines. I'm like, oh, he's like one of the big 3 this season. I want to see what they do with this, because like, do y'all have theories? I have a theory that he's still alive and they got him hooked up on some like Winter Soldier type stuff.
Well, I'm like, I mean, he from South Philly, so I know he's not dead.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be. Whatever they do would have to be better than what happens in the comics. So I'll just leave it at that. If y'all have read the comics, and you know that it is really terrible for Soldier Boy. So whatever, as long as it ain't that, I'm good. And I don't think it will be, because I feel like Soldier Boy is somebody who actually wouldn't like Homelander.
Mm-hmm.
And he just, I don't know, like he just gives me that vibe that whenever, if they ever cross, that
it's interesting because I feel like there are a lot of father-son dynamics, kind of throughout the show, and particularly when it comes to Stan. So, I always be like, Stan could get that work. He could die at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
But Homelander refuses to murder him because he still looks up to him. Homelander still needs to be wanted, to be loved, to be needed. Like, he needs this type of attention. So he hasn't killed Stan yet, which always crosses my mind. So I am curious, to your point, Stephanie, since you just brought up the relationship between Soldier Boy and Homelander in the comics, like, who is that person for Soldier Boy, or who was that person? Because, y'all still like, we don't know if he's alive, but again, he from South Philly, and I'm willing to bet, like, my dude just not dying. So I was like, here we are. But I'm curious to know kind of what that looks like. And then, because high key, I'm gonna need them to start putting years at the bottom of these episodes. Like, what year was, like, what year are things occurring? Like, please just tell me, because sometimes
that
I'm like,
been the
was this
70s,
last year? Was this? I don't
Oh,
know.
the flashback was 1984.
Okay,
thank you, Mel.
Thank you, because I was
listening.
like, yes, I was like, wait, what year is this? But I'm thinking to myself, like, did Stan, when Soldier Boy was alive in the 80s, did he kind of have that same dynamic with him?
But they seem the same age, though.
But
and then again, but the energy that Soldier Boy was given, that we did get to see of him, was very like, not me about to say this, but alpha male. Like, he would have had one of them podcasts that was talking about how to be an alpha male and all of that. So again, that's kind of why I'm like,
well, that's why I don't see why you said that he wouldn't like Homelander. They seem the same brand.
No, but that's the thing. Two alpha males together, they cancel each other out.
Any other Easter eggs you spied, during this?
Gunpowder. I don't know if you all remember him from the Vought News Network, but Gunpowder, you know what the name is. He definitely is just all about that life. And then Brave Maeve. Unfortunately, right?
You know what? I'm kind of liking Maeve's life right now.
Yeah,
I am. Yeah, I am. And I'm curious to see how this continues and where this is headed. But I truly am, I'm happy for her. Like, Maeve's actually really standing in who she is and who she wants to be. And she's trying to, like, right her wrongs. And I'm like, okay, girl, you better get this secret partnership going and, like, make it happen. Give this intel. I mean, I do feel like it was a little unstable of her to provide Butcher with, certain things.
An A-Train.
Now, child, we don't even have enough time to talk about how this baby is trying to turn his blackness into a rebranding. My God,
you know what I noticed, which is so funny, even in real life, like when black men get caught up and do some foolishness or whatever, they always want to go, I'm a young black man, like, because now you African bombarded, right? So now you Malcolm X, please.
That middle passage video game gotta go, like, has to go immediately.
What?
When it's bad when Ashley, when the white woman was like, no. When she questioned it and he still had nothing wrong with it, and she was like, that's her. She like, nah, I've done a lot of shady shit in my lifetime. She said, but this middle passage video game has gone too far. It's one thing when the white people tell you, now wait a minute.
Like, I don't know much because I
don't know a lot, but I know this is not it.
Final thoughts?
Right. Yeah, what's the final thoughts? Do we have any final thoughts? Maybe there's some questions that y'all see that we could potentially answer. A little fan service.
Victoria Newman.
Now, we didn't really get into her.
But, so then I want my final thought to be, how long will she be able to keep up this charade? Because she's been keeping it up for a very long time, but it's looking like it's cracking just a tad. So what is that going to result in if she is unable to continue to keep it up? So yeah, I'm very stressed because her power is, to me,
That's
scarier
a
than
hell of a part.
Homelander, right? Right?
It's what?
Scarier than Homelanders to
No,
an
yeah, I
extent.
think it is scary because you won't even know it's her.
I did actually feel some kind of way when Hughie was like, dang, we used to be friends. Because it was like she had built up this really great dynamic relationship with him, mostly to cover her own tracks, but still, right? Like
Yeah,
in his
yeah.
mind, he's like, no, we really homies. Like, and you played me.
But that's, he trusted a politician.
Right. First.
I mean, that's on him.
So here we are. But I just feel like, Victoria has to learn a tough life lesson. And I'm curious to see, because Stan is for Stan 24/7. Stan is for Stan and Stan is for Vought. Stan is for money because he's a company man. Like he gonna be there 24/7 with the company doing what. I want to know if Stan and Victoria are gonna come head to head this season because they're a little too close for comfort. And Stan is willing right now to clean up some of her messes. But when is enough enough? Truly. That's probably going to be my main prediction for this season is that the two of them will come to blows, kind of apart from Hughie losing his girl because he's going to have to, and he already lost his job. So Hughie might actually hit rock bottom this season.
But poor Hughie, because the whole first snowball that got to rolling is him losing his girl, literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
And
it's
that may happen again. For my final thoughts, predictions, whatever. Yeah, my prediction is definitely that Soldier Boy is still out here.
So he's not in the grave, but he's okay.
He's cranking that Soldier Boy in Russia. I definitely think he's like gonna parody Winter Soldier and Captain America.
Ooh, I love that.
I think yeah, I do think that's gonna be. I think because we're getting so deep into Mother's Milk, it's gonna be a little something going on with that man.
I think so.
Because he's a little too obsessed with Supes. Because why are you this close to the TV? Back up. And I think that we're gonna see another fall of Homelander. Like I think he's gonna like plummet again, and then he's gonna spiral.
Whew. Again, in that prayer closet.
Yeah. Heavy. And you know what? Let me get a prediction for Butcher in there. I don't know, y'all. I think Butcher might become the thing that he hates the most.
Yes, he's gonna get addicted to that. I meant to mention that he's gonna get addicted because you can even tell it's kind of like he's not reacting well to it, but he's kind of like enjoying it.
I think he's gonna become what he hates. And I think this is actually, though, the best natural progression for Butcher. Because if you spend all of your life hating Supes, trying to get revenge, trying to murder all of them for Becca, now he doesn't have Becca, right? Now Becca is dead. Right. So he don't have nothing to lose. It's really kind of like, and even before, like they had broken up, but whatever. Like in his mind now that he knows that she is absolutely not coming back because, she is gone.
Right.
I feel like he kind of like, let's live on the edge.
He has nothing to lose now.
Well, what a journey these first 3 episodes.
Definitely.
Truly. Thank you so much, Mel, for joining our show today.
Thank you guys. This is
super
a blast.
Excited to have you. Yes. And before we
talk
leave,
about these crazy people all day.
I mean, truly. Because really, we could do a whole psychological study on these sociopaths. I mean, really, truly. But before we leave, just tell everyone where they can find you on social media. And please, please, please plug any upcoming projects that you might have.
Yeah. So I am a comedian. So I will be doing Keep Your Distance comedy this month. That's on the 17th. Please get your tickets. They're on Eventbrite. So that's really great. Shout out to Kev on Stage doing that. My Instagram is It's Mel Mitch. My TikTok and Twitter are The Baddest Mitch. Yeah, I'm very excited. Thank you guys for having me. This is amazing. I love the boys, love superhero nerd stuff all around. So I think that's all I have right now.
Stephanie, go ahead and plug your work.
All right. So I am writing superheroes, but they are not as wild as these heroes. But if you're into that sort of thing, Nubia, Queen of the Amazons will be dropping June 7th. That is her second standalone series. There's also DC Pride that has a story featuring her and Big Barda in there. And that is all that I can tell you right now, but there are more comic things coming from me. So I don't know, maybe I might be leaning into my boys bag with some other projects. So just be on the lookout. And you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Steph_I_Will.
Well, I am KB. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, y'all, but I do not be doing it. I mostly just be watching other people's videos. So I'm not even gonna lie to you. But I am all three at the Lady KB, TheLadyKayB. But you know, if you're on Twitter, hit me up, Instagram, hit me up. And there's some things coming down the pipeline. I can, share that I will have a new show coming out on iHeart soon. It will be in the fall. So, be on the lookout for that, and just follow me on social for, other things that I can't yet talk about, but you'll see that will hit the timeline. So as always, please subscribe to Prime Video YouTube channel. Do it right now so you do not miss an episode of Superhero Club Presents The Boys After Show. We are going to be back next Friday at the exact same time and same place, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And as always, the first 2 seasons, plus the first 3 episodes of season 3 of The Boys, is available right now on Prime Video. So until next Friday, thanks for joining, and see you soon.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.